Some food for thought. Kind of excited, I've got to be honest. Sick of Twitter? Have you tried Thread? Not a great name, but neither was Twitter, let's be honest, all right? I tried Mastodon, better name, but a little meh, okay? I'm open to Thread. I just joined right before the show. Follow me there. I am one of some 30 million who've signed up. It's Mark Zuckerberg's new offering that takes all existing Facebook and Instagram users and gives you a quick account to get into this chat space that is much like Twitter on its face. Okay, so much so that Elon Musk, who's made Twitter more controversial, if not more successful yet, suggests that Zuck is cheating with the latest offering. Now, this is the kind of fight I like. We need this because social media is totally tilted to the advantage of the ad people and the corporations running the platforms and against you and me, and we know it. This is the fight that we want to see. I did not like the stupid suggestion that Musk and Zuck, they're going to meet in an MMA match, and all the attention it got. Such a bunch of just nattering nabobs of negativity, Spiro Agnew. But who wrote the line? Pat Buchanan. Now, why didn't I like it? Sends all the wrong signals. Brute force, might makes right. This is how we show rank. You know, who's tougher, Zuck or Musk? Come on, talk about misplaced macho, you know? And no, I'm not being a hypocrite here. My main passion is training self-defense, and I love watching MMA with real fighters, not two geniuses pretending that there's something they're not. So let's get after it, but in a way that matters. Now, it is time, as announcer Bruce Buffer would say. By the way, have you checked out my interview with Buffer on the Chris Cuomo Project podcast? It's out right now. He's got an amazing backstory that I didn't even know. It's very good. You can get at some point, Dusty will put out how you can get to the podcast. But what is it time to see now? Musk and Zuck go mano a mano in a real blood sport. Who can be better? Who can be more transparent on their social media platforms? Who's going to be honest with us about what speech is regulated and under what conditions, by whom, and how? And be transparent about it. Provide us this better experience with rational discussion, which so much of us are hungry for. Which of you can win that fight? And look, we know you can do it. We know you got all the tools and tech, right? Because you get info from us all the time. Every conversation I have with somebody these days turns into me getting an advertisement within seconds, whether it's email or on social media. So curate our online experience to our advantage and not just yours. Make it as good for us as you do for your SEO and ad revenue. And what's the big issue? Standards of speech, okay? Now, takes us to another very interesting aspect of this discussion of our online life, okay? We have not done a good job with content moderation. The platforms, the public, the government, the media, we're all part of this mess. We all have a role. Did you see a decision, though, today that I like? Controversial, a lot of people don't like it, I do. Federal judge barring temporarily the federal government from contacting social media companies about what speech should be suppressed. I like it. Why? Because I don't want the government, which is the entity subject to the First Amendment, okay? That's what the First Amendment is about. Government shall make no law, okay? I don't like government making an end run around the First Amendment by getting private companies to address their content concerns for them. And that's what this is about. Now, look, I'm not saying there's no need for concern. I know there was a lot of BS about the vaccine and COVID and a lot of other people and me online. A lot of it is intentionally wrong. It's deceptive by design and used to foment division and distrust. That is all true. And that was absolutely a danger during the pandemic and today. But the law is the law. And we don't have forbidden speech or fighting words. You can say fire in a theater these days. You may like it or may not, but that's the law. And if anything, the courts have moved the line progressively in favor of allowing more, not less, when it comes to speech. The courts, our culture, is a different question. So the answer during the pandemic or now was not to shut down dissent. but to better defend your position. Expose those pushing BS for their own dark arts and deceptive purposes. Let the better ideas win. Not less speech, more. Okay? Not censorship. Not the answer. Not in America. More testing. More echoing of what and who is right. That's how you put the fringe and the fake where they belong. When you silence, you give it power. You make it taboo. Hear what they don't want you to know. It's very enticing. And that's how you get what you see on Newsmax and et cetera, all those other outlets, right? But even the media overall, beyond the far right, plays to this nonsense. We're all drawn to clickbait, sensationalism. You know, we don't really vet things the way we should. The hottest year ever in the history of 10,000 years. How do we know? Nobody asks. They just like the headline. Water is unsafe to drink in 45% of... Wait, how much? What? What do they know? What do they... I don't know. I just like the headline. What you give attention to matters. And what you ignore, you may empower as well. So I'm saying we have to have debate and put out what we know and what we don't and be transparent and constant in the dialogue. More speech, not less. This federal case, Jen Psaki. Remember that name? Former Biden spokesperson, now lefty pundit on MSNBC, of course. She was wrong to pressure companies to restrict opinions when they, in the government, were not giving us enough straight information consistently themselves. And by that, I mean that the government was too slow and too shy about correcting itself, about updating information and understandings. And I know why. I know why firsthand and intimately. Here's why. In science, the unknown is a challenge and opinions change as facts do. That's the scientific process, right? Hypothesis, right? Antithesis. So you got an idea, you look for the opposite of it, then you get synthesis. You get an understanding. And as the facts change, you do it again. But in politics, change is weakness. And we had scientists leading our political messaging, and that was a disaster. Changing from no mask to mask, wash everything, breathe in nothing, a vaccine that went from Trump's greatest achievement to a QAnon skit. It was all used to fuel doubt and attack the administration and to attack our institutions for profit or party or agenda. And that's the problem. So it takes us back to the fight for the solution, the real rumble in the jungle that is our internet. Elon, to this point, brother, you've shown you can foment existing tensions. The Twitter files should have been released to everybody, not a select few who got big followings and seem to say only what you already prefer. No good. Show us Twitter is better than Threads. Show us we're not being cheated, that you have our backs, not just our pockets on your mind. What are the rules? How are they enforced? Why is that better than Threads can offer or whatever comes next? Zuck, same deal. You want to show how tough you are? Do it through transparency. That's tough for you guys. That's tough. That'll open you up. You were weak in those hearings. You said you welcomed regulations, but you never made anything transparent about what regulations are how. Oh, that's for the government to decide, yeah. And who do they come to talk to about it? You. So who is better, Zuck or Musk? Where should I want to put my podcast or my next project? How about letting us know who these people are coming at us on these platforms in the first place, or at least that you know who they are and that they're real people and not some bot from a troll farm or some new AI adaptation. This is the battle we needed to see, okay? The two biggest names in the business, Zuckerberg and Musk. Who wins, Musk or Zuckerberg? Who's got the better social media platform? Make the case. That's what we want. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.